My favorite swivel knives are Ole Smoothie swivel knives made by Chuck Smith. Chuck has recently developed a new swivel knife that is two knives in one. It's a 3/8 inch straight knife with a 1/2 inch adjustable barrel knife. And he just sent this to me and I've been playing with it a little bit and I'd like to demonstrate it to you. You see, I like a small 3/8 inch barrel because I have fairly short fingers, and in order for me to get the tight curves that I need to carve, I like the smaller barrel. So in order for me to carve, and you can zoom in here, in order for me to carve these real tight curves, in order to get all the way around the curves, I need to have this little short, narrow, skinny barrel in order for me to wrap my fingers all the way around it in order to get around these tight little curves. Some of the flowers are even smaller than that. These are fairly large curves, but you know, in a flower like this one, the curves are a lot tighter and a lot smaller. And so this little skinny barrel makes it a lot easier for me to get around these tight curves like this. However, I find that carving the long, smooth lines like the borders and the long stem lines is a lot easier to do smooth with a larger barrel. Now, if I didn't have two knives, well, I wouldn't have but one or the other. So with this knife, I can simply take this small section off, set it aside, take this larger barrel section, slide this together, adjust it to the length that I like, tighten the set screw, and then I can start go right into carving these long lines that make up the long, smooth grass lines that we carve, which work very, very well with this larger barrel. It's easy to keep it smooth without getting wobbles, where with the smaller barrel, it's pretty easy to get those little wobbles. Then this knife also has a wider blade, so the more blade that I can keep in the material, the smoother my line will be. And that's an example of how easy it is to make your long cuts with this bigger, wider barrel and wider blade. And it's really nice to have the two knives in one, real easy to adjust. So if you're only going to have one swivel knife, this is a great way to go. It's also a really nice knife for you to add to your collection. Those of you who like to collect swivel knives that you don't actually use, this is one you can collect and still use. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.